Hello, I'm Scott Hall, Psychic Medium and Channel, and I'm coming to you from a different corner of my office. This is the one that Janet likes. She likes this corner, so I thought I'd try it out, and it is kind of cozy. You can't see, but I'm sitting in this really nice, white, cozy chair, and perfect for the holidays. I want to talk about the power of thought today and dealing with depression. So I had a depressive episode, I've never called it that before, an episode of depression a few days ago. And it occurred to me just now, just before we came here, I was talking to Janet about it, about why it happened now, is that it was like 6 years ago today I was, or this time of year, 6 years ago, I was suicidal. And so obviously there's a part of my body that's like a clock that kind of remembers, because I couldn't, at the time, a few days ago, I couldn't figure out why I was depressed. I mean, I had things to be depressed about, but I wasn't depressed the day before, and I still had those things. And it felt very, chemical almost. I mean, that's the only thing I could think. I kept saying to Jim, I'm like, I don't understand why I'm depressed, because nothing's changed. And in fact, I was doing really good work on myself in the area, especially of the power of thought. And all of a sudden, bam. But I just think that sometimes you don't know what the reason is. Sometimes you are going through something physical, like some chemistry. I also think that for me, I'm very visual, and the light changes this time of year. It gets really orange, you know, how it was kind of orangey at like 3 or 4, and it seems like it's the end of the day. That orange light affects me. I know it does. And it reminds me of times in the past when I was young and, you know, like leaving a friend's house and feeling lonely. So, you know, you don't know. We don't know what everything that causes depression, but I just knew it was something extra than what was going on. And so what did I do about it? And I'm bringing this up because I know I am not alone in this. There's so many people that suffer from depression, especially this time of year. So I already had a list and have a list of things that I do that make me feel better. And one of those things, hi Regina, one of those things is meditation. I really have to have a strong meditation principle going on, a regime. When I get off of that, it's easy for me to get kind of down. And so when I was feeling down, I went and meditated more than normal. So, even though I thought, well, I have more work to do and I'm feeling down, I'm not feeling good about my work, so really I should just meditate a little bit and go back to my work. But, you got to feel good first. And so that's the whole point. The whole point about depression is really you need to feel good, and you're actually doing things that are the opposite of feeling bad, even though you feel bad. So it's kind of hard to do, very hard to do. So I meditated. Another thing that's really important is exercise. So I made sure I exercised a lot. I discussed it with my partner, Janet. Talking about it is one of the hardest things to do. I didn't talk to her honestly. She's right there listening now. She doesn't know that I didn't tell her everything I was thinking. I just told her generally what was going on. I felt that was good enough. So it's really important to get that out there. What else do I do? Getting enough sleep too. When I meditate, I just look at it as if I fall asleep during meditation, it was meant to be. I'm meant to get some rest. Also know that when you rest, you're actually not resting. There's a part of your soul. There's a part of your, you could say your astral body, whatever. Your another dimension of you is in school anyway. So sleeping, you're learning something. I had been working, as I told y'all before, very hard on doing more astral projecting, getting back into that. So I've been doing a lot of that, and the power of thought keeps coming up in all the books I'm reading. It's like the power of thought does everything. When you're in one of these dimensions that's not physical, when you think of something, it just happens. It changes everything, which teaches you that when you're in the physical, you think of things and they happen. It's just a little slower because there's something called time and there's something called space. So things have to travel to you, and it takes time. So but the same principle exists. So I thought, well, I need to think more positive to get out of this depression. But once again, I'm going to be honest, that feeling of depression just like pulled me down. I just felt like I was drowning. So one of the things I did was just say, you know what? This is how today is. Maybe I can't improve it much. I'm going to do the things that I have on my list to do, to journal and to try to sleep, to meditate, to exercise, to talk about it. But if I'm just going to be down today, maybe I'm just going to be down today. And that's okay, because why put the extra weight of, oh, here I am again, depressed, right? Why whip myself on the back when I'm already feeling bad? So just kind of let it go. Just kind of let it go through. That's what I did. I just kind of let it go. And then a couple days pass, and I did my diligence, and I did my work, and things turned around, and I was feeling much better. I'm reading a book that's really great about the positive, about how you think about abundance and money and how that really affects you. That's the same with everything. But reading this book, even though it's more about abundance, it says the same thing. The same thing that my book about lucid dreaming says. A book about astral projection says. Same thing. Thought makes everything happen. And so the weird thing is that then when you're depressed, your thoughts are horrible, and you know it, and you can kind of go, oh my God, my thoughts are so horrible, I don't even want to be thinking because I'm messing everything up. So you can do that, but give yourself a break. So if you're feeling depressed, you start feeling depressed, or you're already feeling depressed, first of all, give yourself a break. You don't mean to do this to yourself. It's not on purpose. It's just what's happening to you now. Acknowledge it and go easy on yourself. So think about if running or exercises is too much, how about just getting some sleep? Is that good enough? So if you have a list of things that you normally do to feel better and you can only do one of them, well then just do that one and do it well and be okay with it and kind of relax into it and let go. And Janet just said compassion is so important. That's true. Okay, that's really the word I'm talking about. Yeah, compassion, self-compassion, because that's the thing we don't have for ourselves. One of the things I realized is I identified that what I do is I put myself in a prison. Like I can actually see it as a visually. I'm putting myself in prison at times. I'm not talking about when I'm already depressed, but that's what my tendency is to do. And to have compassion for myself, say, no, you're allowed to have these things. You're allowed to be free. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to have chocolate, says Regina. That's true here, because we are made of chocolate. We are made of love, and so we're allowed to have love. That is very true. That's an avism. All right. So I'm thinking about time now. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. So one of and laughter is awesome. Thank you, Julie, for saying that. Yes, laughter is so important. So important to laugh and have fun. I did some inner child work with Janet the other day to help me get completely out of this depression. And one of the things that came up was laughter. I ended up laughing. I was like in the universe. I was touching this web of love, and it was jiggling, and I was laughing. So that was awesome. But with the word abundance, of trying to be more abundant and get abundance rolling, I'm having an offer. And the tagline is "Let's get abundance rolling" for December here. So I'm giving 15% off of all my readings through December 14th. So if you book, you have December 14th to book, and it doesn't matter when you book it for, but just book before or by December 14th. You'll be able to book during that day is what I'm trying to say. And you'll get a 15% discount so we can get things rolling. And the code to use is abundance. It's all caps, but I just tested it out. It works in lowercase too, but abundance is the code. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great time. And if you're having problems with depression, please, you can comment or you can PM me if you want. I'll be happy to talk to you about it and give you my insight. I can't say I'm perfect because I haven't completely healed myself of having depression, but I think I'm doing pretty good, so I'm happy with it. Okay, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you next week.